What's up, YouTube? This is Anthony Castillo with you guys. Another talk. So I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm literally in a Snuggie. But I wanted to make this freedom of expression kind of focused on this value of Loyal Wring. So what does that necessarily mean? So, we think about loyalty, right? And many of us in the spiritual community, or those of us that believe in, true commitment and how one, shows respect to another person. I kind of was thinking about like a towel, loyal ring, not like an actual ring, but like a loyal wringing of an action. So like you think about a towel that you wring out, a lot of that excess, when you have like you're showering, or you either have like a wet towel and then you just want to wring out all that excess. So I kind of wanted to focus on that one. And I also kind of think about, Snuggie. As the weather is changing, it's getting cold outside, I'm gonna be honest. And it's one of those seasons where a lot of us like to snuggle and just have those feelings of possibility. We think about those of you that are single, or those of you that have a relationship, and I believe that spirituality is a very important aspect to our understanding of relationships. Not just the health component, but also the value that we put into ourselves and the value that we put into others when we get to know someone. Also, guys, I really appreciate for all the subscribers. I take note that you guys are enjoying some of the content in my shorts that are just emulating a little bit more motivation and more driven an inspirational drive, I would say. So yeah, I was just kind of thinking about that. Just, a Snuggie. I got this as a gift from one of my in Spanish we call it tia, but my auntie or my aunt. I got it a long time ago, and I just, had it always. It's one of my favorite ones, especially when it feels snuggle and very warm and stuff like that. I just got done at the gym, took a shower, and here I am. Thought I would just make a video about just, loyalty. A lot of us have different definitions of what loyalty means. Some of us think that, talking to someone and voicing our genuine concerns about how you feel about something, or perhaps having that patience within your tone of voice with someone, and how you transmit the message so that the person can understand, what it's that relationship is, and why that relationship is important. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a perfect person, and I hope no one else feels like they need to be. Spirituality is not about perfection, but kind of want to give you guys a little bit of that freedom of expression, because a lot of us are going to understand loyalty in various ways. We trust the universe depending on the direction of our lives. We trust the universe on the direction of what we've learned and how we can relearn something new. And that's kind of like, liminality is about transition into what we no longer want to be a part of, to then something like the possibility of exercising that transition. I also recognize that a lot of the videos that I post they're varying depending on the topic, the mood at the moment, and also just the overall intention. Because when you look at a video, or whatever video you have an interest in, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be something for you. It can mean something for you later on when you watch it. So I'm actually growing out I don't know if you guys can see my little mustache. So it's one of those seasons. Well, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go with that one. Loyal Wring. Something about, And if you guys are loyal and you guys have a beautiful relationship, I know when I went to my brother's wedding, I felt ecstatic. I felt joy and rejoicement to realize how much my brother has fallen in love with his wife. And to this day, they're just, the wedding's been passed already, and they're still building their life together. And who knows, like my little brother, I've never been married, and who knows, my little brother may have a kid. Not soon, or I don't even know. He's a grown man. I can't really tell him when and when not to do something. So, well, guys, remember to subscribe. I think spirituality is about, well, it's always about learning how to remember something to then be able to move forward with the next steps of life, whether that's learning a new lesson or learning an old lesson. And who knows? And I'm gonna come up with more videos. I am kind of slowing it down with the dancing just enough, because right now I am kind of it's not an injury, but it's kind of like a careful attention to my body, just because, like, dancing is very it takes a lot of impact to the body, and so I got to learn how to like listen to the body and know how to just like know when it's time to just slow it down, because yeah. But remember to subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.